Hello, this is Laura Johnson with Johnson Accounting. Today we're going to have a short demonstration of the MinuteDoc app for time tracking. MinuteDoc is a software as a service subscription type product, and it's designed for small companies who perhaps have a handful of employees or subcontractors that work on various projects or tasks for different clients, and that time needs to be logged in order to invoice their clients. So we're going to log some time in the app, and then we're going to create some invoices, export them to Xero Cloud Accounting, and then email those invoices off to the clients. So in MinuteDoc, the top green bar here is where you log your time. And this is available here in this version, what you're looking at, which would be the version that the master user would have, where we can also look at reports and invoices, and we can create projects and view the billable rate for different clients and different projects. Your employees or subcontractors would also be able to have a login for MinuteDoc, but if you like, you could just restrict it to strict logging in and logging out, with just specifying which client or project they're working with, or perhaps which task they're working with, without seeing any of the billable or invoicing portion of the company. So here we've clicked on projects, and first here we have upgrade. I've kind of created an imaginary electrical wiring company that's billing by the hour. So the company ABC Industries, they have a project going on called Upgrade, and they're being billed at $66 an hour to upgrade their system. I have a second project already creating called Wiring for BBV Consulting at $60 an hour. Under tasks, I have 3 different tasks here so far. I have consult, that's the new client consulting fee. I have on-site work called site, $75 an hour, and I have unbillable, which is time that's maybe spent on more administrative type things, but you still want to keep track of it. So let's add one more task. Let's call it in-house prep, and we'll just call it in-house. And here I'll just put in-house prep work, and we will specify a rate the same as the site rate. We'll put $75 an hour and save. And we will pin that task so it shows up under pin tasks. So now we have different projects and different tasks. Now, projects can only be applied to the company that they're connected with. So that upgrade project is specifically a project for ABC Industries, whereas tasks can be applied to any company. So when you're logging the time on MinuteDoc, first you're going to specify what company you're dealing with, and you're going to start that by using the @ sign. So I'm going to push @ and any company that would be an option would show up, and those are coming over from the Xero demo company that I'm using. So let's choose ABC Industries, and let's pretend that I am working on that upgrade project. So if you're going to specify the project or the task, you start with the # sign, and then your options show up. So I'm going to put I'm working on the upgrade project. I could here at this point, myself or whoever the worker would be, could push the log button to log in, and then in 5 or 7 or 10 hours they could log out when they're finished. We don't have time for that in this video, so I'll show you the second way to log time, which is just to put 5 hours, and it's logged. Let's also log some time with a second client, so I'll just put the @ sign again, and we'll do BBV Consulting, and this time let's say we are working on some site work, and let's say we spent 6 hours there. Log that, and now that is logged as well. So I'll show you now if we go over to time, and we'll scroll down, and we see we have the site work at BBV Consulting, and the upgrade. So let's say that's all we've done this week, and we're ready to invoice. So we can go over to invoices, and we're going to create our invoices. So first, let's invoice BBV Consulting. And we could choose to hold some of the time back if there was a reason we wanted to do that, or we can click all on invoice. So we'll send it all over. And I can put in the description here if I want to put more information. I could type it in myself, or if I wanted to add the entry description, I could do that. Task description right there. And it's already pulling from Xero my account number and my HST rates. So I can look that over, and if that looks good to me, then I can push next step. And I can review this, make sure it's in the currency I like, and I can send this to Xero. Now we can go back and we will do our other invoice to ABC Consulting. So ABC Industries will create that invoice. We could keep our project hours separate from perhaps other work we're doing from them. So we would have that choice. In this case, we just have the 5 hours on the project, so we'll invoice that. And here I could put the project description in there. I could add that and look it over. If I'm happy with that, I could just push next step. Make sure that all looks good to me. Send to Xero. So now those 2 invoices have been sent to Xero. So I'm going to click over to Xero and we're going to go to sales, and I should have 2 draft invoices waiting for me to look at. So here in invoices, I have 2 draft invoices. So at this point, I still need to approve them. If I wanted to go in and look at each invoice in more detail, I could. But if I have my settings set up in Xero where the invoices are set up the way I like, and I see the amounts are correct, and I already have dealt with the descriptions, then at this point, I could just go ahead and I could email and approve these. So I could first email. So each invoice would go to the respective client contact information that I have, and I could send that. I'll cancel this for now. And then I could also approve them, which means they're then now posted to Xero and awaiting payment. So I hope you've enjoyed this little demonstration of how we can use a time tracking app to collect our time and then have that time ready for our accounting software. Johnson Accounting, we provide cloud systems design as well as full service bookkeeping and compliance services for Canadian companies. You can find us at johnsonaccounting.ca, and I hope you enjoyed our demonstration. Have a good day.